Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpacktrader training room for Tuesday, September 5th, 2023. Hope everyone had a good holiday yesterday. Good morning, Pamela. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not to be considered individual financial advice. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds that you can afford to do without. Good morning, Miles. Reminder that crude oil inventory this week is Thursday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern. So no inventory session tomorrow. It will be Thursday. Crude oil, kind of tough this morning. Start off with two trades that were just too fast to catch. Unfortunately, we didn't catch this long. Fortunately, we didn't catch the short. That was a full stop out, but both of those moved too fast to catch. So neither one was a valid trade. This long definitely was in time to trade. We go from 82 to 67 for a 15 tick risk, 30 tick loss. We pick up 14 ticks on target 1 and 1 on the trailer, so we pick up 15. We're down 15. No trade on the short, doesn't trigger in. Long, plenty of time to get in it. From 87.01, we get a short stop and reverse short at 82 for an exit of our third trade. That's an exit point only. We would not take the short, and we exit at 82. So a 19 tick, 38 tick loss, and 53 tick net loss on the morning. 3 trades. Good morning, Arizona, Bob. That would have given us both targets and probably would have gotten us very close. Well, let's see, what would it have been? It was stop and reverse at 07. No, that's not the right trade. Yeah, back here was our exit. Yeah, that one would have been a full loss. Short to stop and reverse long, money management, and target 1. And the short gets us 2 targets, but not trading after the third trade. Trade plan is just 3. Market just opened, and that just touched money management, so get in sync is off the table. It was too fast to have caught initially. So that one is a no trade. Short trade setup. Looks like it did trigger in on that wick coming back. It actually would have been a valid trade when initially set up anyway, since we were not in a stop and reverse condition. But in that short trade, pretty good sized trade actually, and now a stop and reverse to long. From 65 3/4. Mark it out and put in your order at 65 3/4. Already passed the entry when it set up and hasn't come back yet. Good morning, Robert. Long trade avoidable on the Russell right at market open, just a couple of seconds after. Probably, because that was a minute long bar. Then we go short. That gets us 2 targets and a target 1 plus trailer at 081. Soybeans trade is off the table. Break even stop and a long trade on the YM. Excuse me. Definitely plenty of time to get in that trade. All right. Unleaded, similar story. We had a bunch of trades too fast to catch. Going to some money management, no trigger on that one. The long, just missing target, or just missing money management rather. Stops and reverses for a profitable trade of 3 ticks. And then we pick up target 2, so that'll be 2 and done on unleaded, getting us a win on the session. Not a big one. 3 ticks on the initial trade times 2 is 6. Pick up 32 on, actually pick up 27 because we had a 5 tick adjustment on the stop and reverse. And then 2 ticks on the trailer. So 29 and 6, 35 ticks on the morning. And it's a positive session, not very big, but it is positive. Pound Aussie in a short trade that was a stop and reverse. First trade of the morning. And let's pick up the micro NQ now. We are in our start of our session is on this bar 7 seconds before it stops out. Short trade on the micro Russell again. YM in this long seems to be finding support at 50, but hasn't pushed away from it yet. Looks like we hit target 1, and yeah, we should be 3 ticks beyond it. So 93.0, we are at break even. So 043 for the stop. And there it is. And picking up another target 3, win number 2, and a possible stop and reverse. So that will be at 18. $7.18. Soybeans with another short trade, and the long triggers in. Actually, that didn't quite get to, no, that didn't get to 18 yet. So still short. Nice trade on the Russell, trailing at 899.1 now. And we pick up a long trade on the micro NQ. Bigger trade with the wick. $27 points to target 1. That's our normal target 2, plus a little bit. Almost. No, 28.5 is our normal target 2, so we'll leave the targets alone. And a full stop on the YM. And just a tick away from money management. Given the size of this trade, I would go ahead and move the stop. make it 79.50. 479.50, that is. Looks like we missed money management by 1 tick. Target 1 is 506.25. We got as high as 506 on a 27-point trade to target 1, missing by a tick. That's over 100 ticks, and we missed by 1. Yeah, I'm moving my stop. And we stop out and switch to short. This is a normal size trade, and I suspect that was a little too fast and we just triggered in, so definitely in the trade. Found Aussie pushing a little bit higher, but still not in the trade yet. Pound Aussie still in the short, actually. 96.1 for the micro Russell stop, and a full stop out on the micro NQ. We did pick up target 1 and target 2 on the soybean short, just stopping out for a single tick on the trailer. So that's two positions on the trailer, 2 ticks. That was our first trade of the morning. 8 and 14, 22, 24 ticks, 6 points on the morning. Not huge, but a win nonetheless. Take what the market has to give and come back again tomorrow. Another white long that set up after the price had already moved through and has not come back, but we wouldn't be taking that trade anyway. 95.6 for the micro Russell stop. Looks like we came to 95.6 or 95.7. And 95.7, I think I would keep my stop at 95.8. Or even 95.9. I wouldn't push it as much as 96.1. Long on the micro Russell again. Break even and a loss on first two trades. Micro NQ, not sure which direction it wants to go. Kind of back and forth. Micro Russell trending solidly down, as is the YM at the moment. YM missing out on the short, getting into the long for a full stop out. That one was a 32 tick risk, down 64. And as I said, I'd be at 95.8 on the micro Russell. Make that 95.3 for the stop. Plotting at 95.1, but there again, that's right on the tail of that wick. Micro Russell still pushing down, although it's a bit hesitant. Notice three sizable wicks right there trying to reverse. Micro NQ, just right at the entry. All right, 94.6 for the micro NQ, or micro Russell rather. 94.1. That's a full point below that wick, so I would go ahead and move down on that. Second loss on the micro NQ, and now we have a short setup. Has not hit the entry yet. So hitting the stop here will not cancel the trade unless we get a crossover. $93.6 for the Russell stop. Short trade for the YM. Trade off the 20 SMA. And long bar definitely should be in this. 93.1 for the micro Russell. Still a valid trade on the micro NQ. Short setup is still valid. We may have to track it manually if we go ahead and enter on this bar. The calculator will not track because it's hit both the stop and the would have hit the stop and the entry on the same bar. $90.1 on the Russell. Big trade there. Entry was at 90.9044, and we're down now at 889.1. So 15.3 points. 153 ticks on the trailer. YM just missing money management. And did we get, looks like we got to 89.0. Yep, 89.0 on the micro Russell. And we did get a trigger and then immediately went the other way. That is loss number 3, unfortunately, on the micro NQ, and that ends our session. Micro Russell does stop out. And we did reverse on the pound Aussie. And money management all the way up at, make that 30, which is also target 3. Because of the stop and reverse adjustment, we have to move our, and because we have a 12 pip minimum, money management moves up to target 3. So 3 positions at target 3, 1 at target 4, and one trail. I might go 2 at target 3, 2 at target 4, and 1 trail on this setup. Alright, there's a cross above on the micro Russell, could set up, and this looks like we'll cross back to the short side. This could set up another down move. And now I cross back to the long side. If we get an up close and it gets above that 22 EMA, but doesn't quite make it, it doesn't look like. Yeah, right on the 22 EMA. So the trade is not valid. Has to set up beyond the 22 EMA. $702. 718 is 16 ticks. It's another 80 pips, or 16 pips. That's another 80 pips net on 5 positions. Down 175. We're going to have to do some work. Pound Aussie trying to make an upward push. Got a couple of swing highs to go through. After that strong a second trade, I might be inclined, even with a 4-win trade plan, that was a big win. Take the money and run after that one. Don't take a chance on going into consolidation and giving some of that back on 3 losses. And the micro NQs with a successful trade. Well, we are out of the session. Possible short trade on the micro Russell. And just 40 seconds to our 10 a.m. crude mini session. This is a good in sync trade, still valid. $20 seconds. And we're in the session. So long trade from 31 if it triggers in. And another short trade on the micro Russell. No trigger yet. Has not hit the entry, so it's still valid until we get a crossover, which this bar will give us, it looks like. Pound Aussie is kind of drifting along. And a long trade on the Micro Russell. I would be very leery of that one coming into the 50 EMA after that big of down move. As I said, I would step aside. I would step aside after the second. And same situation here. We hit the stop, but not the entry, so the trade is still valid. Crude, it's kind of stuck around the 50 and 20 and 50. All right, still status quo. Long trade on the Micro Russell still valid. And we did. YM did touch the money management, so break-even trade, target 1 on the long, and a few ticks. And now we have another short set up. Just triggered in. Pound Aussie right along the entry to the long trade. Down 64 plus 2, we're down 62. Target 2 would have been the target on that one, so that's just a partial at 812 from just one. That's a break even, one ticker as well. So 60 down, still down 60. This is a minimum target 1 at 20 ticks. And pound Aussie still going sideways. The long trade did trigger in on micro Russell, and we just hit money management, I think. Let's see, what was that? That was 1.2, so we need 2 more ticks for our 14. And we did get it, so that may have been a intra-bar stop out. I will follow the calculator. Quite possibly an intra-bar stop out. But for the moment, and that's definitely a break-even stop at 92.2. Crude still get in sync. Pound Aussie still long. And money management on the YM short. Target at 789. And we hit it on the nose. 20 tick target, down 40 now. Stop at 808. Need to get to 768 to get positive. Crude taking heat on the trade, but we're not in it yet. This is a get in sync, still valid. And a stop out, so that trade is off the table. Still pretty much the same. So the crude is flat now. Crude is still flat, but no trade. Looking for a new trade. Micro Russell and Micro NQ both pushing upward. YM just kind of sideways. And looks like the YM did stop out on the break-even stop. So just in one more tick, it's down 39. All right, while we're waiting for new trades on the YM and crude, I have to step away just a moment. I will be right back. All right, I'm back. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to get exhaustion dots on the YM, as it looks like good short possibility. And not much going on. Pound Aussie testing the 50 again. YM pushing all three indices now, moving downward. Micro Russell's pushed up off of its session lows considerably, but looking at the YM and crude at the moment. YM crude and Pound Aussie still active. Pound Aussie, the only thing that's in a trade right now, still in the long trade. Up move on the YM. I think it got just a little bit too far. And a stop and reverse. This one's going to be at 702 again, and I would take that as just an exit. I would take that as an exit and an end of the session. Oh, no, that's right. That would come down to full stop out at 69.99 or at 6.99. 702 is a major key level. Crude breaking down, but no trade. So our full stop on the on the trade. As I said, I would take that as an exit point in the session rather than a stop and reverse. Long trade on crude. We hit the unadjusted entry on the short on the pound Aussie. First trade of the 10 a.m. session, almost 10:30 now. This is the watching paint dry part. Long on crude, long on the pound Aussie. And Pound Aussie stops out. I would call that a session. So long on crude is the only trade we have going. And stopping out of the crude trade. $29 tick risk, 58 tick loss. So now we're flat everywhere. Wonderful. Questions or comments? Pamela, have you gotten your NinjaTrader setup going yet? Okay, good. Certainly. Let's see. This week I can do something after the office hours session for CEO Trader Mastermind today. So that would be after 1 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow's pretty well stacked. Then Thursday, after office hours, or I'm sorry, after the Colombian session update, which I believe is 11:30 to 1. So today or Thursday after 1 p.m. Eastern, which I believe is 6 p.m. your time. Friday after 11 a.m., which would be 4 p.m. your time. Have you, the question, have you sent your machine ID to Will to activate on NinjaTrader yet? Okay, you've activated not just had them, but you've activated them as well. I assume when you say you have them, you have them on the charts. We just need to get settings squared away. Okay, that will work. Okay, you tell me when, and I'll go ahead and I can send you a Zoom link. And there's another short. There is now a short trade on crude 10 a.m. session. All right, Friday it is. Friday at 11. Now, remind me Thursday and I'll send you that Zoom link. For the Zoom meeting ID and password. right, still everything flat. Crude just a tick away from entry into the short. YM some nice swings, but no trades. Alright, let's see what we've got. Alright, so we're going to be playing with Catapult on Friday. That will be fun. Nothing on the YM. Long. Oh, boy, we did get into the short. And now we stop and reverse the long at 63. That has hit money management. At 79. Target at 81. And no, it stopped out for a one tick break even at 64. So that's 1, 2, that's our 3 trades. That finishes the session. And there is a long trade for the YM. I am going to have to call it a day, folks. I have an appointment to get ready for, so I have to watch what the YM does all by yourself if you're trading it. See if it pushes quickly up through the 50 here. That would be a good thing if it's going to get where we want to go. 25 tick target. So we'll need that, and 15 on the trailer. That's from 97. So we'll need to get to 02. Yeah, 97. So we'll have to get target 1 and the trailer to at least 02. Which actually it's going to be 03 with the key level. To get us positive. And pushing up quickly. $17.90. There it is. Money management and target 1. So stop comes to 98. That leaves us 14 ticks to go. 15 ticks gets us to positive, so gives us 16 ticks to 803 is what we're looking for. But I'm going to have to leave you with it. We need, whoa, pulled back considerably back to the 50 EMA. Stop at 98. And not going to move yet. But I will let you all work with it and see you tomorrow. Regular session at 9:30. Crude oil inventory report will be Thursday. So everybody have a good one. Robert, Pamela, thank you very much. You both have good afternoon, or good evening as it were, Pamela. And we will see everybody tomorrow.